Live from Honolulu, Hawaii, it's Baptiste by Fire. And here's your host, Justin Baptiste.
And we welcome you back to another episode of Baptiste by Fire, Conversations with Justin, where we dive into the stories, struggles, and triumphs of our incredible guests. I'm your host, Justin Baptiste. We are here with a very special guest. What can I say about this athlete right here? Was the freshman of the year, Ohio Valley Conference. She just recently finished up her freshman year at Southeast Missouri State and is currently in the transfer portal right now. But for all the colleges that are looking at this wonderful athlete, I mean, she's definitely got a lot of talent and lots of skills. So she's definitely going to be putting her mark and putting her stamp wherever she decides on going. But we have a very special guest here, Zoe Best. How are you? How you doing?
I'm good. So glad to be here. So glad to be just talking about kind of my journey and just, you know.
You're in the transfer portal. You've gained a lot of interest from various different schools, and I kind of want to touch on that. What led you to enter the transfer portal, and what are you hoping for once you pick a new college basketball program?
Kind of just getting the accolade of freshman of the year. Like, there's really nothing else, for me in the OVC. And so just trying to go up higher, go challenge myself more, get my name out there even more. And then just continue to hoop and get better every day. Definitely super excited just to see, start going on visits and seeing the different schools and seeing where I can really see myself at. So yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, you just finished your freshman campaign at Southeast Missouri State.
hmm
When you first initially got to that school, what was it about that school that interested you at the time?
Um, Location. So I'm from St. Louis, so it was like less than 2 hours from home, which was super nice freshman year of college, just getting, you know, in the groove of things and things like that. And then also the community here is great. There's a great show out to games and just it just feels like a home and like everybody's so supportive of women's and men's athletics here and it's just a really good environment. So
Now, for you, knowing that you've gained a lot of offers from various different colleges around the country, how will you evaluate potential schools to ensure that they meet not only just your personal needs, but also your academic and athletic needs?
this being my second time kind of going through the recruitment process, I feel like I definitely know what I'm looking for, have a better idea at least. And so just going on these visits, you can't really know until you go and you really see it for yourself and just kind of get to experience it. And there are definitely just things that I definitely have like on my mind about like what I'm looking for, which is just a family environment, a good location like in the world, like location wise. So like maybe I'm like more of a city girl, not really a country girl. So definitely somewhere where there's access to stuff to do and not just a small town, things like that. So I definitely have a better idea of where I want to go, where I can really see myself at for the next 3 years ish, and then where I can see myself calling home. So.
A lot of athletes are in the transfer portal, thousands, probably more than that. When you're looking at schools and potential transferring to different colleges, I mean, I know the NIL is a big thing.
Mhm.
You as an athlete, are you looking more so into just the school and what the school can offer, or are you looking into the NIL landscape of things? What's more important to you as a college basketball athlete?
To me, it's really about fit, where I can see myself playing, thriving, succeeding, and then, like I said, just kind of fitting in, having a role, having a spot on the team, and just playing for a team that really values me as a player and as an individual. The NIL piece, that'll come, you know what I mean, with time, with your success, things like that. Like it'll come. That's not a determining factor for me. Like you said, it's a new day and age. NIL is a big thing now. Schools have the money, the resources, things like that to provide the athletes. But for me, it's all about fit and just going somewhere that I can see myself calling home for the next 3 years.
Great freshman campaign that you had. Obviously, Ohio Valley Freshman of the Year. In regards to your statistics, I mean, you had great numbers, 14 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 2.1 in assist, 36.5 from the field, 35.2 from three, 84.1 from the free throw line. So what could you say about your success and just how you've developed your game so far in your career?
Um, Definitely just becoming more of a three-level scorer this season, exceeding my range 3-point line. That was a big thing preseason just to get my 3-point shot, going and stuff. So if they close out on me, I can go by them and vice versa. If they close out short, I can be able to pull up. Also, just having teammates that challenge me every day to get you better. You don't have the success you have, and you don't continuously get better if you don't have the teammates that push you every day in practice and the coaches to push you every day in practice. So I feel like getting in the gym outside of practice, getting in extra reps, having teammates that'll go to the gym with you and get shots up, things like that. It's super important and it's very helpful. So I feel like that's really what um, pushed me, and then just the support, the community, my teammates, my coaches, all that. Like it's just unwavering and it's just nothing like it's unmatched. So
Now, given the nature of just the way college athletics is and how your game has developed throughout the years and how you're continuing to strive, statistically, and going through this process of the transfer portal, I mean, do you have any concerns about the transfer portal process and how you plan to, not only just prove yourself, but just adapt to a new environment?
definitely, I think I'm more excited just to, see what the future holds for me and just see what because I think I'm capable of going and playing at a higher level, and just going and working out and, working hard and just, like you said, proving myself and just um, really just putting in the work and being able to succeed at a high level and help any program, whatever program I choose, and then hopefully go and win a championship somewhere. So.
You gained a lot of offers from various different schools. I know that you probably haven't picked a school yet, but
mm.
what are you kind of looking for? I mean, is there like a certain school, a certain conference that intrigues you so far right now in the portal process?
Um, Nothing super specific yet. Like my top five I have right now are really like all of them are in different conferences. Maybe I have two in the same conference, but really just talking to the coaches and just initial attractions, like just the energy that the coaches talk with and then just their style of play, things I'm looking for, that really just interest me into, setting up visits and things like that. So I think I'll definitely have a better idea once I go on campus, meet some of the team, meet the coaches and the staff in person, things like that, and just seeing where the school's located, different things.
Now, with this process, I'm sure for not only you, but for other players who do decide on transferring to the portal, because, I'm sure there's probably situations, or you probably heard of situations where a player would transfer and they don't necessarily get the playing time that they would have expected, or
Mhm.
they're on the bench and they get limited minutes. So my question to you is, how will you approach potential challenges as far as, I mean, you've already talked about adjusting to a new system, but how will you approach the potential challenges of just competing for playing time?
I'm a very hard worker. I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose in the sense of a game or even working hard in practice to, get what I came for, you know what I mean, which is playing time, which is the opportunity to play at a higher level. And I feel like another thing that comes with picking a school and stuff is obviously coaches can't like promising playing time is not a guarantee, but just like having a coach tell you and like kind of give you an idea of where they can see you fitting in and seeing what they need because I wouldn't go to a school that already has three players in my position that I you know what I mean where I'd have to kind of maybe either change with like you know what I mean just change what I'm about and what I'm good at. So I'm definitely looking at schools that really are missing that that wing player, and so then I know that I can like fit in better. Obviously you still have to work hard. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna compete every day, get better every day, but definitely just picking a school that I know I have an opportunity at. So
Now, going back to your early beginnings of
mhm.
basketball and how you got started and the whole 9 yards with that, who and what inspired you to play basketball? What got you to playing at a high level?
My mom, she's my biggest supporter. She played hoops. She didn't go to college for hoops. She went for academics, but she coached me in middle school through freshman year in AAU. And so she's just my biggest cheerleader. She has never missed one of my games. She's always there. You ask anybody, you can always hear her in the stands. She's super loud. She's super passionate. She loves the game. So yeah, she's my biggest supporter.
Now, obviously, you mentioned the wing position. I know you play guard as well. Um,
Mhm.
what do you enjoy about that position of basketball, and what keeps your passion for basketball alive?
Just kind of having that freedom. I feel like the wing position is just a very versatile athletic player. Like you can drive, you can shoot it, you can if you have a mismatch, that's like a three. If you're a bigger guard, which like me, I'm 5'10", you can also get in the post. If you have a mismatch, you can post up. You know what I mean? Like it's just um very versatile and you can do a lot of things at that position. And I feel like that's kind of where I thrive the most because I do have a very versatile skill set. And then also just seeing seeing improvement in my game every day and just, seeing what I could be capable of and like that the sky's the limit for me. I mean, that's just really what keeps me going and what drives me to continue to, love the game and want to get better and see what all I can do in the future and things like that. So yeah, that's really what's keeping me pushing. So
Yeah, when we talk about what continues to keep pushing you in basketball and just how you've been able to just grow and develop and elevate your game. I know that one of your favorite basketball moments was actually being here in Hawaii playing in the Iolani Classic. So can you share with us just what that experience was like for you? Not only just be here in Hawaii, but to play in a prestigious Iolani Classic tournament.
The experience was great. Traveling from St. Louis, Missouri with your team, which is already fun. You're with some of your best friends. Um, waking up in the morning, going to breakfast with your team, going to practice. Then we were in Hawaii, so obviously we got to go see the beach. We went snorkeling after the tournament was over. Like we had itinerary every day. We had things we could go do. We had free time, so it was just really overall a great trip. And then at also going at night every day, going to the gym, playing a game, winning a game, and then ended up winning the tournament. It was an overall great experience, great trip. I mean, we all had so much fun. And then, like I said, you're doing it with some of your best friends. So what can be better?
Right. I mean, you're in Hawaii, of course, right?
Mhm.
Knowing that you came to Hawaii, know that you experienced coming out here, you think maybe you want to play in Hawaii college wise?
I mean, if they reach out.
Yeah, all right, Coach Beeman. Reach out. Well, we mentioned moments, well, at least one of your favorite moments in basketball, being here in Hawaii. But are there any specific standout moments or memories from your career that you'll cherish being at Southeast Missouri State?
Really having a tough preseason. We played Dayton, we played Texas, we played Arkansas. I mean, just being able to play against that caliber of competition and just having a coach that really believed in us and didn't care what level they were, what conference they had on their jersey, just really believing in us. And we went into every game, with that winning mindset, even if it didn't turn out the way we wanted or hoped. I mean, just being able to go experience that was just something that you might not get at other schools because other coaches might not want to go and play the Texas and the Arkansas and teams like that. So just having the opportunity to go play against some of the best hoopers was super 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 fun. So.
Now, you mentioned that and playing against the best and just having the experience and having the opportunity, uh, knowing that you've had opportunities to play and to develop your skills throughout the years. Is there anything that you wish you would have known earlier in your basketball career that probably would have made your path easier or more fulfilling so far?
Um, Definitely, probably like don't be afraid to reach out to coaches. Like you don't have to sit around and wait for coaches to reach out to you because I feel like my freshman sophomore year when I was in Ohio, recruitment wasn't big. I was in a small town. I didn't get a lot of um, like people recruiting me or people even seeing me play, things like that until I moved to St. Louis and I really got that exposure that I was looking for. So just really not being afraid to reach out. If that's something you're interested in, reach out, go to the campus, go see the school, go to camps, things like that. Like just don't be afraid. Because what's that gonna hurt? Reaching out, sending an email, things like that, just showing that you're interested because then they can add you to the list, check you out, things like that. So I just kind of wish maybe at an earlier age, I wouldn't have waited around so long because then maybe I would have had more opportunities or exposure. So.
Right. And with that being said, what lessons have you learned from your experiences that, you passed on to the younger players or the next generation?
Um, Definitely work hard. Just keep continuing to work hard, even if it's if you're not getting the opportunities you want. Just work hard because at the end of the day, like hard work does pay off. People Some people think that working hard and if they're not seeing immediate results, then it's not working. But I promise hard work does pay off. So just continue to work hard and believe in yourself. And if you have set little goals that you can go and achieve, and just keep working towards your big goal. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Right. And with that being said, let's talk about the goals, right?
Hmm.
You're obviously going into your sophomore season of the 2025-2026 season. Hopefully, not gonna be a lot of changes going to too many different schools because
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9 year players just going everywhere.
Hmm.
But with that being said, future, what do you see yourself in the future, post basketball career? What are some of the career goals that you have in mind?
Definitely next school. Hopefully to make a conference team, have success, go to a championship, win a championship, have a winning record or a winning season, things like that at the next school I decide to go to. And also in the future, my major, I'm looking to be a oral surgeon, but also the opportunity comes playing in the pros, playing in the WNBA, things like that. So,
Okay. Oral
yep,
surgeon. So keeping the whiteys clean, right?
yep, yep.
That's awesome. I like that. I like that. Awesome. 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 It's pretty good. Well, I'm definitely glad that we've had a chance to, you know, get a great interview. I've been watching your game for quite some time, and I'm definitely proud of you and your success. And, whichever school you pick, I'm wishing you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
And that concludes another conversation with Justin. You can reach Justin Baptiste on any of the social media handles listed here. So, until we meet again, remember, it's Baptiste by Fire.